Love is in the air on this Valentine's Day, but what about on your phone? Pew Research saying that 53%, over half of 18 to 29-year-olds have used a dating site or a dating app. That's up from 48% in 2019. So let's talk about the state of dating apps right now. For that, we want to bring in Yahoo Finance's Allie Garfinkle. Allie, a lot of times it's debated whether or not these stocks are recession-proof. What do you think?
So they definitely have proven to be pandemic-proof, Shauna. One of the things that we've seen is from that data from Pew, actually these apps are proving to be pretty resilient in the aftermath of the pandemic. People started dating on them during the pandemic, and they've held on. And I think it's worth running through kind of the world of companies that we're dealing with here. Now, it's important to say there is a 900-pound, 800-pound, 1,000-pound gorilla in the room, and that is Match. Match has a number of brands that we're all going to be familiar with. The most famous of them, of course, is Tinder. Now, Tinder is something that we've come to associate with dating apps, but it actually hasn't had the easiest time. Tinder last year actually drove the company's first ever quarterly loss. So one of the things about Tinder right now is there's a turnaround story they're looking for. They need to make the app more inclusive for women, Gen Z, and really get monetization right. Tinder's revenue last quarter per payer actually declined 2%. So Tinder, despite the fact that that's what we associate with, isn't proving to be the most resilient. Now, you have Bumble on the other hand, which is the female-friendly one. We've all seen the ads. And it's important to say that the important thing about Bumble, you're having a thought, Dave.
No, I'm learning a lot. That's all.
Well, but the important
I don't know what any of these things are. So
the Bumble is the little B, right? And the thing about Bumble, though, is their download share is really important. They need to get it right in Western Europe, and they need to get it right really across the board because they are much smaller, and they're forced to be competing with, say, apps. See, Bumble, that's what it looks like. And the last one that's worth mentioning is Hello Group. They have Tantan, which is called the Tinder of China, which has also had some Tinder-like problems. At the end of 2021, they actually saw their revenue plunge 40%. So it's actually, despite the fact that this is kind of a sexy, fun space, it hasn't proven to be the easiest one to manage.
To invest in either, apparently.
No,
I just never got to do online
left
dating.
If you don't like it, swipe right if you like
those
them.
Are the important facts.
You gotta know.
I'm old. I've been married 20 years, man. I kind of missed out on that. It's an interesting space because success, you want people on your platform, but if you're successful, you want them right back off. So what does it look like long term?
Yeah, it's a really interesting problem, Dave, because if it's successful, people leave. However, the thing I think is really important to remember is for them, long-term, the name of the game is users. One of the things I saw in all these earnings reports, all the analyst notes, they talk about new user acquisition. How do they find more users? It's also about nascent markets, right? Market expansion. You know, Bumble, for instance, has to get better at localizing and going international, whereas you'd have something like Hinge, for example, that has to expand internationally. Like, for instance, Bumble, I think a couple of them are eyeing India as a key market. So I think what we're going to see over time is that these apps are going to try to expand and localize for certain people, for certain communities, for certain countries. And that's probably where the future is, because presumably, if it's working, people leave.
Yeah, you got to go to your niche, right? Like there's a farmer one and all. Yeah.
There's even a dating show coming out called Farmer Wants a
saw
Wife.
that.
Yes.
There we go.
They should have gone cowboy, Allie. They should have gone Yellowstone.
Capitalize on the Yellowstone.
New business idea, dating app, Yellowstone themed.
There we go.
Done.
Probably not too far off,
$1 billion
guys.
business.
So
You're
it's
welcome.
probably
It might
already
exist.
in the works. Yeah, exactly.
It might exist.
Allie Garfinkle, that was fun. Thanks so much.